Hello and welcome back to another video of Brotato. Last time we played with Well-Rounded. Today we're going to be doing Brawler. Now Brawler is quite interesting with that plus 50 attack speed with unarmed weapons. And if we look at the first weapon the Brawler starts with, already having one equipped, underneath the first we can see it says unarmed. So we're already going to get that plus 50% speed with the first that we have. But I think for today we're going to go with the claw, with that unarmed and precise. So we're going to have that unarmed weapon tag, but we're also going to have precise, and the critical on the claw is ×2, whereas on the fist it's only ×1.5. So let's go with the claw today, and as always we're going to be running this on danger 5. Alright, and here we are, wave 1. We need to get rid of that fist immediately so that we can just have claws. 57 resources is not bad at all. Now let's see if we can find some harvesting to get everything rolling. I'm not seeing harvesting. I think what we're going to do is we're going to go with this melee damage instead for now, and we'll grab harvesting on the next level. Here we go. Let's get rid of this fist first. We don't want that anymore. Let's lock the boxing glove and let's lock the corrupted shard, as well as let's do a reroll, and then we'll grab a claw, reroll, and we'll grab a claw. So I think we'll actually leave the reroll. We have the 3 claws we need, and we'll go into wave 2. So in wave 2 we seem to be doing okay. There's some big prawn looking guys popping up here, these lobsters, but they're dying pretty easy, so I'm not too worried about them. 2 hits for the big ones. Alright, so now we've leveled up. I think what we're going to do is we're going to do a reroll looking for some more harvesting, and I think we're going to have to reroll here one more time. There we go. We got lucky. We got some harvesting. And we're going to grab a claw. And we're going to do another reroll. One more reroll. One more reroll. Okay. We'll lock the claw. Grab the corrupted shard. For these first few rounds, you'll see, as I've explained in my last video, 2 weapons and then 2 items. So that's why we were doing those rerolls quite heavy there, was just to get another weapon. And now we can go into wave 3. As you can see, we are getting some critical hits in now. There's yellow numbers, which is really nice, good to see. If we check on our weapon, we can see that our critical chance is at 19, and this is because of the precise tag adding an extra 9% crit chance that we didn't have to dedicate into with our levels, but we're getting the benefit of anyway because we chose the claw. Had we chosen just the fist, we would have only had the unarmed tag and therefore only had the +9 dodge. Waves are clearing quite easy at the moment. We are only on wave 3. We'll see how this build holds up later. And there we go, the wave is complete. We'll grab this harvesting immediately. And then with our next level, I think we'll do a reroll and we'll grab some more harvesting. Alright, now in the shop, I noticed that we're not getting any more weapons. We had this one locked, but we're not getting the 2 weapons, 2 items deal anymore. So I think we're going to lock the loot worm. We're going to grab the claw, grab the boxing glove. And then in terms of this bone dice, I think what we're going to do is get the bone dice. I think that's exactly what we need to do here. I think we need to get this bone dice. I think that 50% chance to get +1 damage percentage is going to be good for us. And losing health, we can work our way around that with levels. We do a quick reroll. So here we do have the charcoal. It is going to bring our harvesting down, but I think for that +2 melee damage, it's worth it. So we're going to grab the charcoal. And then we're going to load into wave 4. Holding 5 claws and having the boxing glove and the charcoal for wave 4 is insane. This isn't going too bad. We can kill the guy with the crystals, get a little bit more curse, and then hopefully we can get that fish hook. Start cursing more items. There we go. The wave is now over. Let's see. I don't think we want anything here, so we can do a reroll. And I think here we should grab the harvesting and that took us from 15 to 23. So I think from now on we're going to leave harvesting and we're going to focus more on our damage and potentially some health, because our health hasn't been touched yet, so we're a little bit behind on that, but it shouldn't be too much of a problem just yet. So I think, yeah, we're going to grab this claw, making it 6 of 6. We'll grab the loot worm, grab the bone dice, and then now we're going to reroll. And according to this item we just grabbed, there's a 50% chance to increase our damage, or a 10% chance our health will go down. So let's see what happens on this reroll. Our damage went up there in the top right. A little bit more damage doesn't hurt, goes a long way. I think we'll lock the claw, hoping to up the rarity of our claws. The health regen is going to help us quite a bit because we don't have a healing factor just yet. We'll grab the snowball. I'm only grabbing this because of maybe a future upgrade, whereby the snake, the snowball, and the sausage, the scared sausage, will work together, setting all the enemies on fire, and then we can pump out a little bit more damage. And I think that'll be all. We'll load into wave 5. So here in wave 5 we seem to be still killing the enemies quite easily. We're not having any big difficulties yet. It did slow down just a little bit on the big guys. They've got some armor going on there and reducing our damage quite a bit, but against everyone else this isn't too bad. Just watching out for all these projectiles coming our way. My dodge just took effect there, saved us a little bit of health. And there we go. Now that the round's over, I'm thinking what we're going to do is another reroll. And I think we will get this crit chance a little bit higher, because we naturally build into this. So I think just a little bit more critical chance, I think it's good for us. Yeah, I'm thinking we go with the attack speed. Been presented to us very nicely here, and I think it's going to help a lot with our melee attacks, keeping people away from us. Constant attacks means constant knockback. This is an essential in order to avoid getting hit. So there we go. Now that we're in the wave 5 shop, let's grab a claw, upping our rarity a little bit more. Let's grab the snowball and let's grab the plant. We don't have enough money for a reroll, so from here I think we'll just load into wave 6. Alright, so now here in wave 6 we seem to be still doing alright. Our build is carrying us pretty well. I think we've chosen all the right things so far. Could still be wrong, this could go in any direction. We will definitely know at wave 13, maybe 15, somewhere around there. We should have a better idea on what's going on. So now we have found the coffee, increasing our attack speed. So that's very good. I think we're definitely going to go with that. That damage going down won't affect us too much, because we have that 50% chance that our damage goes up when rerolling in the shop. So this could be fixed very quickly. And then yeah, with our level upgrade, I think we're going to be going with the +3 health regen, because we've already got 3, so just adding on to that would be a good idea. And I think lifesteal will be what we don't go into in this run. And now here in the shop, now that we've got the snowball, that's going to give us some more elemental. I think we're going to grab the snake just to spread our burning to the next character. We're just going to hold on to that. We're going to grab the Radzilla and we're going to grab the weird food. Now we are looking for the sausage, so that all of what we're building down here with the snowball and the snake, just so those two can work together, we do need the sausage. Because right now, on our own, we do not apply any kind of burning. What we can see, however, is the claw level 2 versus the claw level 1. The level 1 only doing 10 and the level 2 doing 16. That is quite the jump. These do scale with attack speed, so we do want to get our attack speed higher, and then we should be doing a lot more damage. So yeah, I think we're going to grab the coupon just to reduce our item cost. We're going to lock the hedgehog for the +2 melee damage. We're going to reroll for 8, lock the tree, and that's all we're going to do for now. Now we can load into wave 7. So here we are in wave 7. There's our pets doing what they do. We're still doing quite a bit of damage, so there's no problem yet. Still rolling through all the waves, speed running them. In fact, we're having no problems here whatsoever. And I think just as time goes on, we're only going to get stronger, so it's just going to get much faster going through these waves until they start throwing out something difficult like a boss, or maybe a couple more of the enemies getting cursed or buffed by the guy with the mohawk. Other than that, I don't see us having too much of a problem. And here we've got a crate from the tree, which is amazing. That gave us a little bit of health, fixed this up a little bit there. And then our health regen just gave us a little bit more health, getting us back to max while we fight these last few enemies with 5 seconds remaining. And there we go. Yeah, we got the ice cube, which is perfect because enemies take 10% more damage for 3 seconds when first hit by elemental damage. So if we get the scared sausage and we start setting enemies on fire, every enemy that's on fire will do 10% more damage to for 3 seconds. Then here for our level up, we'll grab the crit chance just because we're already building into that and it's a level 2. And then here in the shop, we have the SMG from our last run. Unfortunately, we're not going back into that. So we can grab the hedgehog and we can grab the tree. And then I think here we'll just do a reroll. But yeah, we do have the handcuffs. We did grab that in the last run, but I don't think we're going to grab it in this run. Locking our health is not a good idea. In the last run, it locked our speed, which didn't affect us too much. So I think we're going to ban this item. I don't see us ever wanting to lock our health. Then here we'll grab the scarf, that 20% XP gain. And we'll grab the defective steroids. We're not going to grab this black flag. I don't think we're quite strong enough for the extra enemies, the extra enemy health, and the extra enemy damage. It just seems like a bit too much. So I think we're going to leave that for now, but we're not going to ban it. So we could potentially grab this in the future if we get a little bit stronger. So I think for now we'll just do a reroll. Alright, so yeah, in this shop we have the level 2 claw, which we'll definitely lock. And then the power generator, where we get extra damage for all the speed that we have. It's currently at 0, but I don't think this is a bad idea because we can now upgrade our speed with it having the added effect of increasing our damage. So I think that's definitely something we want to grab as a melee character and something we'll definitely go into. So let's load into wave 8, save up enough money, and then buy the power generator. There's another tree here. Didn't get a crate from that. So if we increase our luck, we have better odds of getting crates. Our loot worm has seemed to find a crate there at the top. Probably broke a tree and got that crate. So we'll grab that. The other possibility is that there was a loot guy running around. Here's another crate. There's a loot guy running around and potentially the rat killed the loot guy and that's why there was a crate. Ugly tooth, this isn't too bad. It is going to bring our speed down, which we were just talking about bringing our speed up so that we can get that extra damage with the power generator. But I think the ugly tooth is worth it because it's going to bring our enemy's speed down by 5% with a max of 20 for every hit. So if we hit an enemy 4 times, they're going to go down by 20%. So if we fix our speed, we'll be going a lot faster than all the enemies and they won't be able to catch up to us. So we are going to go with the ugly tooth here. And then here's the clover for that luck, dodge, and negative lifesteal. The lifesteal not worried about. The dodge we are definitely dedicating into, and that luck is what we were just needing to get more crates. So we're definitely going to grab this clover. Now, on this level up, we have all level 3 items. So I'm not too sure what we want to dedicate into here. I'm noticing that our health is not very high. Our health regen is not very high. Our melee damage does seem to be okay. Our harvesting is growing on its own. So we definitely need to go somewhere in the health realm. And considering we have the heart right here adding +9 max HP, I think we're going to go for that now. And then we'll try look for some health regen later on. And now in our next level, I notice we have health regen. How lovely is that? You're asking, you receive. So let's go with some health regen here. Now I think what we're going to do is we're going to go with this claw. We're going to get the power generator, we're going to lock the energy bracelet, and then we're going to reroll. Rerolling here didn't get us anything we want, so I think we're going to do one more reroll. And here we have a few items we want. In fact, we want everything. We're a little bit greedy like that, so I think we're going to grab this coffee first for that attack speed. And then on our next one, we'll grab the energy bracelet as it costs the most. Then we'll grab the insanity, and then we'll grab the small fish. And we can load into wave 9. Our build is still working for us at the moment. When it starts falling off, I'll definitely complain about that. I'll let everybody know. But for now, we still seem to be doing alright. Let's see if we can get anything out of the tree. Nope, just a fruit. Simply leave that. And we'll just kill the rest of the enemies. I'll see you at the end. So here we're nearing the end of the wave. 3 seconds left. Some eggs, some bad dudes. But we're done. We finished it. So there at the end we did get 2 level ups and we got 2 crates. I'm noticing in the first crate here we have an item, and this item is increasing our lifesteal but decreasing our health when we level up. Now this does seem bad, but we do also gain +1 max health when we level up. So those two things will negate one another, and we'll end up just getting the lifesteal from this item, and the -1 max health won't affect us. We won't be going up by health, but we'll stay where we are right now, which isn't too bad at 33. I think what we're going to do is leave this item, as we don't attack fast enough for lifesteal to really take effect, and we'll focus more on that health regen. So I think we're actually going to recycle this item. Yeah, the blood leech does come with that lifesteal, which we're not dedicating into, but it does come with that health regen, which we are going into. So I think we're going to grab this one. And then over here, we're going to grab some more attack speed, getting our attack speed a little bit higher from 27 to 42. And then we're going to grab the crit chance, and we should be quite a bit stronger here. If we look on the side, we've got 32% crit chance, but our weapons have a base, so we had 42%, which is really good. 42% chance that we do double the amount of damage is excellent. On our level 3 claw, we have a 52% chance to do 2.3 times the amount of damage, so that's very good. Here we have another item. We have extra stomach. Now this is a unique item, it's not a basic item, and it adds health when we pick up consumables while at maximum health. So I'm definitely going to grab this now, so it can benefit us in the long run. We're going to go with the energy bracelet, and then we can afford both items, and we'll do a reroll. Alright, so I'm not sure if we're going to have a lot of structures, but I think that the clockwork wasp is something we should grab. I think once we do have it, it removes it from the loot pool. The spyglass we'll also grab. There's only 2 of those we can grab, and then that'll also be removed from the loot pool. So I think we'll just grab these just to get them out the way now, and then we don't have to worry about it later. I think we can go into wave 10. Now what we're definitely hoping for here in wave 10 is just quite a bit of money. We need to buy a lot more upgrades. We haven't been getting a lot of claws, so that's a bit unfortunate. We do need to get our damage higher than what it is right now. We did fix our health issue, which is nice. We do have some regen now, which is just going to carry us quite far, but the damage needs to be a lot higher. So we either need to get more items, or we need to go into melee damage. I think we'll attempt to do both, and then see where the game directs us, because it is all based off of chance. So we'll see what happens, and then we'll play from there. So now here we can choose the attack speed or the speed, with our speed being at -3 and our speed being something that directly adds towards our damage. I think we're going to grab the +9 speed, and that fixed our damage, took it from -7 to +2, and it fixed our speed as well from -3 to +6. We get another claw, so let's buy that. Let's buy the wasp, and then we'll buy both of these items because we want the attack speed here, and we want the melee damage and the knockback here. So now here we have another claw. The game is in our favor at the moment, which is absolutely amazing. We don't want the bandana, we don't shoot anything. We will be grabbing the incendiary turret just to have something else on the field helping us, and then we'll do another reroll. Here we didn't get anything that we wanted. Maybe the wheelbarrow. It is going to bring our armor down. We can fix that now. But I think for that 16 harvesting, we'll definitely grab the wheelbarrow and load into wave 11. So here we are in wave 11. My little potato seems to have a black eye, which is not too great, but he's putting out a lot of damage. So as hard as the enemies are hitting, we're hitting just that little bit harder, just keeping us alive and helping us win these rounds. Alright. Here we have a little crate. We're going to grab that, giving us extra health, because picking up a consumable, as the crate does count as a consumable, will increase our health, along with all these fruits, increasing our health even further. There's another fruit here in the corner. There's a whole bunch of health added on, which is absolutely amazing. Will keep us alive, and then the wave's over. This stone skin is also going to be a very good upgrade to grab. It does decrease our attack speed, which isn't something we want to happen, but it's not too bad. That max health going up for our armor is a very nice trade-off there. We can increase our armor as much as possible now, not worrying about our max health, and it will just go up as we go. Here we definitely going to grab the claw tree, as we are playing with claws. Don't know if these two go together, but this is the claw tree. Increasing our melee damage and our crit chance, minusing our max health, we're not worried about that. So let's go with the claw tree. Our level 16 level up seems to be offering us all level 3 items. So I think from here, instead of grabbing our attack speed or harvesting or maybe searching around for a little bit of max health, I think what we're going to do is we're going to grab this armor, because that's going to directly connect to our max health going up. So we'll grab the armor, and then we'll grab the crit chance. Then over here in the item shop, we're going to grab the incendiary turrets and the wheelbarrow, and then we're going to do a quick reroll, locking that fish hook. Now that's very good. We were hoping for this. We definitely want the fish hook. We definitely want to curse items. I think what we're going to do is we're going to lock the metal plate. We're going to actually buy this fish hook now so it can take effect, and we're going to lock the pocket factory because we definitely want that. Now we can afford the metal plates, but we do want it to get cursed, so we're not going to buy it. And I think from here we're just going to go into wave 12. So here we are in wave 12. We do seem to have a boss. Now I don't think we have the health for this boss, as he just hit me and we lost quite a bit of health there. So I think what we're going to do now is we're just going to avoid this boss, because getting one of these early on, the elites, just isn't great, and it is going to affect our game quite heavily. So I think we'll avoid him now, and then hopefully we build up enough armor and health to fight the next boss. So there we go, we completed the wave. We've got 2 crates, and in one of them we have the fruit basket. Enemies have a higher chance of dropping fruits. This is definitely going to help, because every fruit we pick up while we're at max health will give us extra max health. So let's grab this. And then here we have the propeller hat, which is going to increase our luck and reduce our damage percentage a little bit. We're not too worried about the damage percentage, so we'll grab this item. And now we have a level up. We can go with this max health, and I think that's exactly what we're going to do. And that should have helped us quite a bit there. We'll go with the mushroom. And I think we're definitely going to lock the adrenaline. We'll buy Pocket Factory, and we'll reroll, because we do want the adrenaline and the metal plates to get upgraded using the fish hook. So we want them to get cursed. So we'll do a quick reroll. Okay, now we've got the bone dice with the limited 1 out of 2, so we can only have 2 of these. We've already got 1. I think what we do is we're definitely going to buy this, and that will give us a 100% chance to get an extra plus 1% to our damage. So we're going to buy that. It's now guaranteed when we reroll, we will go up in damage percentage. And then here I would lock this banner, but we don't really want it. The attack speed is going to be good, but that -5 knockback, we can't keep grabbing that. It's just going to reduce us too much. So I think from here on out we're gonna ban this item, and anything else that reduces our knockback, we get rid of that. We still have 119 coins, so I think we're gonna do a reroll. And then here we got quite lucky. We have the vigilante ring, adding that plus 3% damage at the end of a wave. This is going to be awesome. We've already grabbed a couple of things that are going to help us with our damage percentage. I think grabbing this as well would just be great. We're going to lock it. If it does get cursed over these items, that would be great as well. But either one of these 3 would be quite nice if it got cursed. I don't think we want the beanie. Actually, I'm wrong. We do want this beanie. Adding that 4% speed will directly add damage. So I'm going to buy this now, and we'll watch the damage go up together. There we go. It went from 9 to 13. So we weren't even in it for the speed. But now that we have it, we saw the damage went up. That's what we wanted. So we can load into wave 13, and we hope one of these items gets cursed. So here with 30 seconds remaining, we are doing quite well. We seem to be clearing the wave quite easily. I've had no problems so far. Everybody's just dying. These little sharks are quite terrifying. The big nose, a little bit of a problem, but it's not too bad. And here we go, the wave is about to end. We got all our resources, and now we can go with a level up. So yeah, I'm noticing with this level up, we've got a level 3 heart. So we're going to grab that, adding some more health. I think yeah, in the shop, I think we're going to grab this adrenaline and the metal plate just to move them. We're not going to grab the small magazine, and we're going to do a reroll. Okay, then here we're going to grab the boxing glove, and we're going to do another reroll. And then I think we are going to grab this decomposing flesh. We didn't grab the last one, but we are going to grab this one because we have quite a few items increasing our max health, and this does increase our lifesteal by 2, making it a lot more valuable. And it does give us another 2 curse, which we're not overly excited about, but it is something we can have and it doesn't bug us too much. So here we don't want the level 2 rock. We can grab the landmines and we can do a reroll. We want the helmet. We're not worried about these other 2 items, so I think we'll leave those and we'll go into wave 14. And then here we are right at the end. We do have quite the horde following us. This is quite daunting over here, but I don't think it's a problem. With 1 second left. Oh, got out of there. Just nearly almost died, but we made it. So here we have the peaceful bee, adding +4 to dodge, adding +4 to harvesting. It is going to bring our damage down, but I do think we can sacrifice a little bit of damage and take this item, mainly for the dodge, but the harvesting would just be a bonus. Then yeah, we have the silver bullets with a 25% increased damage against bosses and elites. We're definitely going to grab this. And now we have some pretty interesting choices presented to us here. With the critical chance we currently have already on 50, I don't think critical chance is the #1 thing we are trying to get. So I think what we might end up doing here is going with the dodge, as our health goes up on its own, so we don't need the health. Our lifesteal will also go up on its own, so we don't need that. So now we're only going to be dedicating into dodge and health regen. So here, back in the shop, we are going to grab the helmet. It did not get cursed, but it's not too big of a worry, so we're going to grab that. We're going to grab the mortuaries, and we're going to do a reroll. We will only be grabbing this vigilante ring once it gets cursed. We'll lock the claw, and we will lock the mastery. That +6 melee damage is going to make a world of a difference. We can also lock the cyclops worm, and we can load into wave 15. So here we are, end of the wave, right there. So here we have some very nice options. I think we'll skip the first 3, go straight for the speed. And now our vigilante ring did get cursed. So now it went from +3 to +5%, so we're going to grab that. That's going to make a big difference there. We're going to grab the cyclops worm, and these 2 items we're going to wait on. Doing a little reroll there. So with that reroll, we have the Tyler structure. Spawns a little guy that shoots 10 piercing lightning projectiles around him for 28 damage each. That's 143% of our engineering and our elemental damage because the Tyler is cursed. So I do think we're going to grab this because we have the snowball increasing our elemental damage, so this is quite a nice item to have. So we're going to go with the Tyler structure. Then here we have the medal. All positive stats except for that crit chance, so it looks quite appealing to us. I think we're just going to grab it anyway. And then we've run out of money, so we're going to go into wave 16, hoping that the mastery or the level 3 claw get cursed. Tyler's doing his job. Seems to be shooting guys here, so he's doing what he needs to do. I don't know how much he's contributing, but yeah, it's nice to have somebody else here. A little bit lonely without Tyler, you know. He's adding more than just some damage to the field. He's a companion. We are taking a little bit of hits. There's some big guys spawning here, so we might escape this one by the skin of our teeth, but I'm sure we should be alright. We do have very high damage. We have good dodge chance, and we've got that crit working for us. We have 3 seconds left here. There we go. So the wandering bot pet structure spawns a little bot that slows down nearby enemies. This wandering bot's going to end up following us around the map, just slowing down whoever's nearby. Tyler's going to stand still, do some damage. We have a turret, we have some landmines, we have a rat. We have quite a few pets, quite a few structures. A lot going on here, but everything's just contributing towards our damage. So I think we're going to take this wandering bot. Alright, here in the level up, we don't want any of these items. They're not very good, so we're going to do a quick reroll. And getting very lucky here, we're going to go with that health regen. Alright, and upon entering the wave 16 shop, I'm noticing that the mastery has had a little bit of an increase there. It has been cursed thanks to our fish hook, so we're going to grab this. We are going to lock the scarf and we're going to do a reroll. Here we're going to grab the shady potion and we are not going to lock the acid. I would like to, but I'd also like for these two items to be upgraded or cursed. So we're going to wait on that. Leave the acid because we can't afford it. If we could afford it, we would buy it, but since we can't, we're not going to lock it. We'll leave it and we'll load into wave 17. Alright, and then we completed wave 17 and we got another peaceful bee. I think we're just going to grab it. We like having all the bees. Save the bees, grab the bees. And then here we have the Gummy Berserker. I think we're going to leave this item. We don't want it. In fact, we're going to ban it. So here we are in the wave 17 shop. I see there's a tardigrade and there's a lucky charm. So we are going to lock the tardigrade, buy the lucky charm. I'm thinking we're going to leave these items here, the claw, scarf and tardigrade. We do need them to get cursed, so we're going to have to go into wave 18 without grabbing any of them and hope for the best. So here we are in wave 18. We do seem to have a boss. I think this one, unlike the shark from earlier, we are going to attempt to kill. He's a little bit of a beefcake, a little bit difficult to kill, but I think we'll manage. Our health is holding up quite alright, and he's taking quite a bit of damage. He should have gotten the same upgrades we did, and he wouldn't have the problems he's in right now. There we go. So he's dead. That's all done. We have a red crate, just going to give us a nice legendary item, making us even stronger. And then hopefully by the time we get to wave 20, we can take out both those bosses, because I want to kill both. So here we have the mammoth. That plus 20 melee damage is astronomically wonderful for us. A plus 5 health regen, exactly what we're looking for. And the plus 5 knockback, exactly what we're looking for. This is an amazing item. We're going to grab it. There we go. Our melee damage is now at 39, which is amazing. Yeah, we didn't get anything good on the level up, so we're going to do a quick reroll. And nothing good again, or at least nothing I'm interested in, so we can do another reroll. And I think over here we're going to go with the armor. Now here in the shop we got quite lucky. The scarf got a bit of an upgrade there. The other two items did not. We'll leave it for one more wave. I think we'll do a quick reroll here. Grabbing the fin for some speed. Terrified onion for some speed. And then we'll load into wave 19. I am quite a fan of this character. I think there are other characters I like a little bit more, but this is one of the good characters. I do enjoy him. The well-rounded character was also great. A little bit plain, didn't have anything crazy to it, but sometimes that's what you want. It's an easy choice. There's nothing really going on, nothing to think about too much. You just grab it, you play, and you're happy. So yeah, the item we have found gives us an extra 2 melee damage, which is great. And then we have a 100% chance to deal 300% of our current melee damage to an enemy when dodging their attacks, and we dodge quite a lot. So this riposte is going to do quite a bit of damage, so we're going to grab this item. And then here we found the goat skull for that extra melee damage, so we're going to grab this item. And then here we're going to grab the level 3 armor upgrade. So unfortunately back here in the shops, these items did not get upgraded. So let's grab the tardigrade. Let's combine 2 of our grey weapons. And then we'll grab the level 3 claw. And then from here I think we're going to grab this bat just for the plus 4 lifesteal. We're not going to grab this lumberjack shirt as we're going into wave 20. We don't have to worry about it too much. I think what we will do though is we will lock it. And then here we'll grab the claw tree and the turret. And then I think we'll do another reroll and we'll grab the goat skull, and that's about it. I don't think we need any of these 2 items. I think we've got everything we need. Let's go into wave 20, see if we can defeat these last 2 elites. So here we are in wave 20 with 2 elites, and I do believe this should go quite easy. So we are going to kill them, and then if we make it out of this, we can go into some endless and we can see how long we can survive there. Maybe we get to a new high score with this character. There we go. 1 elite down. Shark next. Just got to make sure not to skate on the shark. as if we skate and he shoots us with his projectiles, we're going to take a lot of damage and then he could win. But I think we're very strong. I think we've got this in the bag. There we go, shark down. That's both the elites finished. Let's clear out this wave. Alright, and there we've completed wave 20. Now, what we do have here is quite interesting. We have the hourglass. This is a bit of a rough one. We can turn back time, decreasing our current wave count by 1. So we're going to go straight back into that last wave. We're going to have to fight both those bosses again. And we start the next wave with 1 health. This is a bit of a risky move, but I think we're going to do it for the chance that we get another 2 crates. And they could be great. So if we grab this now, we get this, the robot arm. This is from the second elite we killed. So we can grab this robot arm. And then we can grab our upgrade. Now I think here what we're going to do is we're going to go with something for our health regen, as we're going to start with 1 health. I know that the reflexes is quite tempting, but we do need something for health regen. I'm not finding anything here, so we're going to have to reroll. I'm not finding anything here, 1 more reroll. We're going to have to do another reroll. Alright, and again we are still finding nothing, but we are not stopping until we get more regen. There we go. All you have to do is be a little bit persistent, and here we go, is at plus 5 health regen. We're going to add that on, and then now you'll notice in the bottom right there, it still says go to wave 20. So we'll lock the glass cannon, buy the mines, buy the lumberjack shirt, do a reroll. We'll buy the padding, and we'll do a reroll. We don't need the crown, as we are going into waves above wave 20. And our harvesting will start decreasing soon, so we can ban this. The broken mouth with that extra health, but it's minusing our health regen, we'll leave. We'll do a reroll, and I think here we'll lock all the items, hoping something gets cursed, and we'll go into wave 20. Here in wave 20 we started off with absolutely nothing. We're gonna have to build our health back up quickly before we start fighting these guys. Hopefully between our health regen and the lifesteal, and potentially a fruit or 2 on the ground, it should help us get back up to where we need to be. So now what we're going to do is survive these last 5 seconds. Shouldn't be too difficult. Grabbing up as much fruit as possible. There we go. So here we have the diploma. Now this diploma is going to give us plus 10 engineering and plus 50% XP gain. We're definitely going to grab this diploma item. And there you have it. Another hourglass. Okay, we've already been through this. We're setting the wave back 1 more. We're going to do this again. I've never gotten 2 hourglasses in a row like this. This is going to be insane. We're going to run wave 20 1 more time. Potentially another time after this, because I don't know what's going on. But let's run it again. And then here we have the fuel tank. Very underwhelming compared to the last 2 items we got, but we'll grab it anyway. And then over here with this level up, I think we're just going to do a reroll, and then another reroll, another reroll, another reroll, and the plus 4 regeneration. Oh my gosh. Here we can go with the glass cannon, and then I think we're going to go with the pile of books, the fin, and a reroll, locking the claw, buying the cute monkey, and loading into wave 20. Here we are again in wave 20. We've managed to kill these 2 bosses twice now. This is the 3rd time we're going to do it. Let's hope it goes well. We just need to make sure we get that first initial bit of health. That's what keeps us going. Just fight our way around here. Just make sure we get our health back up. There we go. Okay, let's take out this elite first. He's going down a lot easier now. I think that extra 25% damage from the glass cannon is helping us quite a bit. We are doing damage numbers of 300 and more. There we go. Let's go for the second elite now. He's already low on health, so we can just take him out and it shouldn't be too hard. There we go. So here we are at the end of the wave, about to finish up right now. There we go. So we're going to get 1 normal item, the broken mouth. We'll just grab it anyway. And then here we go. Another robot arm. We have the octopus, also another really good item. Yeah, with the max health, the regen, and the lifesteal, we're going to definitely grab this. Yeah, we have a bat, we're going to grab that. And then over here, I think we're just going to do a reroll. Over here, I think we're just going to do another reroll. And I think we're just going to grab the crit chance. And then I think now we're just going to go with the armor. There we go. Alright. So now from the items we picked up, let's just go have a look quickly. We have gotten 2 robot arms. That's very good. So at the end of every wave, our max health is going to go down. But we can combat that. We've grabbed a few things now. I think we can very well combat that. But the melee damage going up by 3 and then another 7, so it's going to go up by 10 each time. Engineering going up by 9 each time. That's very good. So every wave we're just going to be getting stronger, which will help us now going into endless. We can just get stronger and stronger, and we shouldn't have any problems whatsoever. I was wrong on the clockwork wasp. Yeah, I'm seeing we get another one, so we can grab this one, and then we can do a reroll and grab another claw. So it seems we can have multiple of those wasps. I've got 3 claws here, so we're just going to do another reroll quickly. We're going to lock this item just because I see there +3 melee damage, so we'll just keep it. From here on out, I'm just going to see how far I can get in the wave, and then I'll let you know when I've come to a point where I'm starting to plateau or where I'm about to lose. And then we can see what my high score is, and then you can compete against me, see if you can beat that, and then comment down below and let me know where you got. So here we are on wave 30. I've been playing for a little bit now, and I've noticed it's getting very difficult. I don't know if this one may be the one that we stop on. I've tried to kill the boss here now, but he's not taking a lot of damage from it. He's dealing a lot of damage. Nope. So that's that. I died. Wave 30, danger 5. We got very far. Our stats are looking ridiculous on the side there. My max damage output was 772, but then that got times by 2.9. But if we look on the side there, our curse was ridiculously high, which started causing a lot of issues. We had a lot of cursed enemies spawn, and I started noticing it was increasing, and that was getting a bit difficult. But in terms of the robotic arm, yeah, this robot arm, we got one there, and we had one there. So those two worked well together, and then I think also here we go. We had the extra stomach, that helped quite a bit. The fish hook did a lot. The vigilante ring was quite important. Glass cannon gave us a massive boost just straight away, just big ups from that. I still don't know how we got 2 broken hourglass. That was pretty insane. I don't know how we got that, but we got that. And I think if you curse this tardigrade, you get 2 free shots instead of 1. So this gives me 1 free hit where I take no damage. I think if it's cursed, you get 2. So that would have made a big difference as well. Not towards the end there, I had way too many guys. But we also had this, the magical leaf, which was quite nice, just giving us a whole bunch of extra stats. So all of these things just slowly building up what we were doing was helping quite a bit. We also had this +1 engineering for every permanent 1 elemental, which also helped quite a lot because that was busy scaling well with the snowball. So what was happening here was I'd grab elemental damage, and it would add an elemental damage, which would also then add to my engineering. So we had a bunch of things here working together. It was quite nice. The synergy was great. I hope you guys enjoyed. That's as far as I made it. We're going to see if you can make it as far or even further. And then in our next video, we're going to test out crazy. See if we can finish a run on that. I think it's going to be crazy. But I look forward to seeing you guys next time. Hope you have a wonderful day. Stay safe. I hope you enjoyed.